I took down a video and it had to do with the proportions of that little horse bow I made for my grandson. And I took it down because I was sitting there chasing a growth ring, and I happened to think that was kind of a jerk thing to say, saying that it was uninspiring. When in fact, it was inspiring so much that I made another bow out of it. And uh, I, I think of myself as a humble guy, and I am not going to run down another bow maker. First of all, the growth ring was nicely chased on that bow. The handle, once the proportions were just changed, he's a long bow guy, not a short bow guy. The handle was amazing. I love the handle. I'm going to copy that handle. The cross section of it was wonderful. It wasn't just a rectangle. It was kind of a semi-rounded belly. It was a beautiful bow. It just, I felt, needed to be changed by just shortening it, and voila. Well tillered, good growth ring chasing, beautiful handle. It was a very inspiring bow. Proven by the fact that it inspired me to just take a few inches off the ends, and it was downtown. So, I apologize for being allowing my mouth to get ahead of my mind. But yeah, I'm thinking, well, the bow. The 5-year-old was more interested in Nerf guns than the bow, but he'll grow into it. His dad sure was happy. He was like, "Don't reduce the weight." It's now probably his dad's bow, which will get passed down to the son, which is nice because it'll last forever. It's a sinew-backed Osage orange bow. And I was talking about that I went on Nextdoor, and I put it out that I'm looking for bow wood. I'll buy trees, or I'll make a bow and trade, what have you. And he was like, "My grandpa a long time ago bought 240 acres of hardwood forest in the UP. You're welcome to as much as you want." And it's like, wow. Leading into the next subject. And again, not being a blue falcon. If you may or may not know what that is, you can Google it if you want. You're not going to be happy about the implications, but it has deep meaning. Never screw over somebody on your way to the top. And I'm thinking, and this will tie in, what it takes to actually make a living in the bow world. I mean, you have to make bows. You have to source materials, so you're not spending exorbitant amounts. I'm lucky. I mean, 240 acres of sugar maple, cherry, white ash, hop hornbeam, yellow birch. There's rivers and pond on it. And he goes, there's also a lot of red osier. Arrow shaft materials. It's like, here it is. All these signs are like, here it is. What are you going to do? Are you going to do what you're doing, or are you going to, go for the brass ring? Have to write a second book. It's work. Have to make bows. Have to pound a lot of sinew. Probably sell staves too. And what I meant by not, screwing over somebody on the top, yeah, welcome to go gather, but it'd be kind of rat-like on my part to just go up truckload after truckload, make money selling the stuff, and not give anything in return to the landowners. So I'm going to talk to them and, try to figure out some kind of deal so I can also start selling staves, making arrows. But you may or may not, I'm talking hypothetically here, be grinding away at your job. It's not you, let's just say. I'm trying to be as polite as possible, but you can read between the lines. Or you can grind away doing something you like. And so I've been productive. I've been processing, taking bark off, chasing growth rings, splitting and cutting, depending on the wood. If it's American elm on a straight trunk with not a twisted grain or anything, just go ahead and cut it, interlocking grain. You don't need to worry about the sides splitting out like you do on Osage. So just cut the things, willy-nilly. It's okay. Working on bows, like it's a job. Got time I'm going to do it, and gonna, treat it like this is my schedule for making bows. Which, by the way, will probably be every minute I'm not at my regular job. But yeah, just a little beat here, but a good beat. You can probably see this line of stuff. This was what I have been doing this weekend. And it's not even like my full complement of staves that have been cut, debarked, cut or split. And I've got one on the shaving horse there that I'm chasing a growth ring and just got a little too tired, you know, you have to have the right light. Because these staves, which are going to be for horse bows, I'm not going to the deep rings because they're going to be sinew back. In fact, it's kind of magic, you know, when you think about the bows. You look at, you have to follow one growth ring, you have to do this, you have to do this, and then you look at like these museum specimens of bows that are not broken, that they're violating all sorts of growth rings. They're making Osage horse bows that worked from small branches and just left the stinking sapwood on. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? What's fascinating about bows, you're starting out, you're just breaking everything, you know, nothing's working, string follow, just bad luck. But it's almost like you get this weird force, you know, or some kind of metaphysical thing. Like in the case of a lot of the native peoples, they've got these short whitewood bows that are probably being overdrawn that violate growth rings, but they worked. There's really something, you know, unexplainable about the art of making bows. But that is all. That is enough, as they say. Have a good one.